prime time. This is victory. We are the chosen ones. We're making history. We'll show you what we got. Give everything we have. Every sweat, blood, and tear. Every last breath. We put up a fight until the last man, until the last day, until our last dance. We are here giving everything and more. To seize the opportunity, you know that we will score. This is victory.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you may be in the world. And welcome back to the Sachsenring for race number 3 of the NXT Gen Cup. With the championship wrapped up for Lucas Stiefelhagen, it's now P2 and it's all to play for. Maxime Dacha is in second, ahead of Philip Dietrich in third, and Alex Gustafsson in fourth in the championship. Those are the 3 drivers fighting for that illustrious second and third place in the final championship standings. We had qualified early this morning, and it brought another moment of history. 3/10 was the gap this time in qualifying, but again, Patricia Stalizzana took the pole position, and you see it. Maxime Dacha second in the championship, lining up alongside her. He did everything he needed to do in qualifying, and he extended his gap in the championship to Philip Dietrich. Then Alex Gustafsson, fourth in the championship, couldn't get one over on Maxime Dacha, but could put himself third and on the second row of the grid, ahead of Lennart Wolf, a man with lots of problems yesterday in terms of the brakes on that car. They did an overnight brake change. The mechanics stayed until midnight to change the brake system on that car, and he gave them a P4 in return for their kindness to stay here and change that whole brake system. Lucas Stiefelhagen, a champion of 2025. He starts 5th on the grid with that golden bonnet on the car. Next to him in 6th is the man in 3rd in the championship, the man who will be fighting for that illustrious 2nd place. Didn't find the speed in the rain yesterday. However, in qualifying, 6th place, and he knows where he needs to go, and that is forward. My name is Dan Peoples. Next to me in the commentary booth is Sebastian Borghardt. As always, we will be guiding you through all the action in this race. 8 laps of racing against Sebastian. Who will win this one? We'll see. Patricia Stalizzana on the pole position is our favorite for this one, especially with the gap she once again had in qualifying. Green flag waving at the back of the grid. All 18 drivers staring at the 5 red lights on the gantry. As soon as they've all turned on, they go out. Then we are underway with racing for the 3rd race here at the Sachsenring, and the 2nd to last in the championship in 2025. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, and 5. It's lights out. We are underway and racing. Patricia Stalizzana on the right-hand side of the screen. A good start for her. She came over to the left-hand side late yesterday, and she does it late today as well. Gets as much traction as possible, but covers up the inside. Maxime Dacha on her rear bumper. Alex Gustafsson this time not losing out at the start. In the midfield, there are a couple of position changes as well. It's Philip Dietrich, who's already gotten through and is almost up to P4. He's alongside Lennart Wolf. It's Lucas Stiefelhagen, who's lost out on a position there. Lots of gravel on the road, and well, you can hear that clearly when the cars come through. The outside now for Lucas Stiefelhagen. Look at the dust being picked up by these 18 LRT NXTs going through turn 6.
And I think there was some kerfuffle at the start. I think I saw a mirror flying on the start straight.
Oh, Cup racing at its best. Mirrors flying, Patricia Stalizzana going defensive into turn 9. Maxime Dacha on her rear bumper. Maxime Dacha, who was quick in qualifying as well, maybe didn't fulfill his full potential. Well, he stopped the lap. Oh, is that a championship leader going round? Was that Lucas Stiefelhagen with a mistake? He's gone, I think, in this pack. No, there he is with the golden bonnet. There was a car, I think, almost going round. I saw smoke coming out of turn 9 up or going up the hill. Inside once again covered by Patricia Stalizzana. Maxime Dacha not trying the outside, knowing that danger is looking behind. And Alex Gustafsson now to the inside of Maxime Dacha. He's too late with his defense. Up the inside of 1, trying his luck on 2. But Alex Gustafsson up at the 2nd place now. And look at what that does to the car of Lennart Wolf. He's now fourth, still fourth after the first lap. But all of that checking up has given him it's checked him up and it's given him a bad run into the last corner. Lucas Stiefelagen will now pull through. That is Finn Maché also looking for a way through. He wants to put his car in the middle of a 3-wide position there, almost going into turn 1. Lennart Wolf keeps that position to Philip Dietrich, but lost one to Lucas Stiefelagen. Maxim Daga has lost out in that last corner to Alex Gustafsson, so that's your running order. Stalitzan, Gustafsson, Daga, Stiefelagen, and then Lennart Wolf in P5.
But look how close it is. It's like 8-10 cars just separated by a few seconds.
This is, to be honest, what we're used to in the Next Gen Cup. What we saw yesterday in terms of racing. Ooh, camera's been taken out of one of the cars, taking the full apex curve of turn 6.
Yeah, Philip Dietrich might have to fix a camera after this session.
You have to pay that back to the production company. Now, of course, taking all of, or using all of the track that is available to him. Philip Dietrich driving like a man possessed after yesterday. He knows that he has more in him. He has shown that he has more in him. It's just not been there yet for him this weekend. But Stalitzane, even though there's a massive benefit with the tow here, is able to keep P1, Alex Gustafsson in second, and Maxim Daga in third. Lucas Stiefelagen, though, waiting patiently like he has done basically all of the season.
Siri Högfeldt, our race winner from race 2 yesterday, started P7, but now down to P16. Maybe it was her that went around earlier here in the race, but she's posting really good times, like yesterday. Purple in sector 1 for Siri Högfeldt, but yeah, she has a lot of positions to gain if she wants a good result in this race. And of course, P8 is the pole position in the reverse grid race later today.
I'm going to stop you there, though, because Maxim Daga has showed us plenty of times that you can make it through. So there is a chance for Siri Högfeldt. However, it has just gotten just a little bit more difficult for our race 2 winner from yesterday and our first female winner in the Next Gen Cup. But Stalitzane looking to repeat that feat at the front of the field. Arguably, she has been the one that's been closest to that with 3 second places now.
Yeah, she has been so close to victory so many times, Patricia Stalitzane. And what if we hadn't the red flag yesterday? Maybe the victory should have come down. But yeah, lap 3 of 8, and she's in control and pulling a small gap over Alex Gustafsson at the moment.
Yeah, 2 second places this season. That was at Oschersleben and at the Sachsenring. And of course, here at the Sachsenring, she took her first ever podium and second place as well. That was a year ago. We came a bit later in the year, though. For some reason, it was warmer back then. The weather has been great today, though. It's not the warmest day. At the moment, track temperature is 16.2 degrees. But it's a nice day for racing. And Patricia Stalitzane using all the road once again available to her, coming out of turn 11 into 12. Once again, defending the inside. Look at Maxim Daga sweeping around the outside at 2 there.
Yeah, 2 cars on the outside in turn 12. That's brave.
That's not how you usually see it. Patricia Stalitzane defending Alex Gustafsson to go for a move up the inside. Maxim Daga sees his chance around the outside, though. That won't work this time on Patricia Stalitzane. Once again, she will have to cover the inside. It's 3 wide behind as well. Maché, Wolf and Stiefelagen are 3 wide. But Lucas hasn't been able to play the waiting game as much this race because the drivers behind him have been able to go for these moves as well. Lennart Wolf now up the inside. He comes from P6. He might well make his way up to P3 here, up the inside of Alex Gustafsson. He still has the inside now for turn 2. Turn 3 will be a tricky one. We saw contact there yesterday between Lucas Stiefelagen and championship protagonist at the time, Maxim Daga. Maxim Daga now in P2, still behind Patricia Stalitzane, but there's no contact there. Lucas Stiefelagen, though, losing out big. Over the grass goes our champion of 2025, Finn Maché, giving him no room at all. Hard racing from these drivers. We saw mirrors flying at the start. This is cup racing at its best.
And Lennart Wolf used a push to pass on the start-finish straight, and as we can see, it was very powerful. He went a bit up to P3, but now Alex Gustafsson have passed him again. And look, offensive lines from Maxim Daga. Looking to find a way. Patricia Stalitzane.
Big moment for Maxim Daga coming out of turn 9. Getting all squirmy on the rear end of that LRT NXT of his. The Earl-sponsored car has not seen a victory yet this season, actually. Fun fact. So Maxim Daga could be the first one to put a victory on that car's name. But then he has to pass Patricia Stalitzane. Miles sponsored on the door. and still driving at the front of this field. She's been able to control this race so far from start to finish. Maxime Dacha, though, might go for a move now going into turn 13. Decides to stick behind. Defensive line from Patricia. Alex Gustafsson will try and get the exit on both of them. Finn Marché has now also made his way up to P4. He's gone past Lucas Stiefelhagen and Lennart Wolf, who now are having a drag race into turn 1.
Yeah, so Patricia Stalizana still leads over Maxim Dacher, over Alex Gustafsson, but Alex on the outside into turn 1 as Maxim is looking on the inside.
He's going to go around the outside of turn 3, Alex Gustafsson. He's going to try his luck on the inside of turn 2 now of Patricia Stalizana. This could well be the move for the lead. The first lead change we might well see in this race. He's ahead of Patricia Stalizana, and he comes out ahead of turn 3 as well. Alex Gustafsson to the lead of this race. Patricia Stalizana has to watch out that she doesn't lose more time now. Going into turn 4, she doesn't. Up the hill now through 5 and 6. But Alex Gustafsson, the first one to take the lead for Patricia Stalizana.
Yeah, Alex Gustafsson is desperately chasing his first win as well as Patricia Stalizana. Maxime has already won this weekend, but I think he wants to stand on the podium as well and receive that trophy.
It's been a historic weekend this weekend for the Next Gen Cup. Why not add one to that? Why not for Alex Gustafsson? He deserves a win, especially after the podiums he's now had at the Nürburgring. But how many times have we said he's deserved something, and then just through sheer bad luck or just ending up in the wrong position at the wrong time, he's lost out on those opportunities. Alex Gustafsson not seeing Patricia coming, or too late at least. Up the inside she goes, and so far the only driver who's led across the finish line for every lap is Patricia Stalizana. She takes that lead back before we've crossed the finish line. So this would still be a lead. Lights the flag if she crosses the line first. This lap as well. One time between her and Alex Gustafsson. Maxime Dacher up the inside of both of them. We're going 3 wide to turn 1 here, Sebastian.
Yeah, and Finn Marché is also joining the party from the back.
36 thousandths of a second was the gap between the top 3 across the line. It's not more than a tenth for P4 as well. Alex Gustafsson from the lead has now dropped back to P4, P5 in my world, but up the inside goes Lennart Wolf. Lennart Wolf, though, keep in mind, the only driver to have already used a push to pass. The inside now, Alex Gustafsson forces his way through on Lennart Wolf. Finn Marché now up into second, and somehow, in all of that, it's still Patricia Stalizana in the lead.
Yeah, but I think it's 10 cars, 12 in the fight for the win.
I think we heard a car going off into the gravel. No, it's Philip Dietrich. This weekend going from bad to worse for him. There's Siri Högfeldt. He's now going to try and go around the outside of Philip Dietrich, but this is not his weekend at all. Don't know if that was with or without contact, but one thing's for sure, and that is that this is a weekend so far to forget for Philip Dietrich, because the finishing result of this race is also the result of, or it's the starting positions for race 4, except that we reversed the top 8, and it looks like Dietrich will not make that top 8 with only 2.5 laps to go here. Finn Marché now fending off Alex Gustafsson. Patricia Stalizana building herself a handy gap.
Yeah, it was 3,000ths of a second when we started the lap, but now she has pulled a lead of 6/10ths of a second. And with Dietrich going back in the field, this is a real opportunity for Alex Gustafsson to snatch third in the championship. He needs every point he can get to maybe stand on the championship podium this afternoon.
And with Patricia winning this race, she is also not out of the question yet. At the moment, Dietrich is in P15. P15 would award him 2 points as it stands, with Patricia getting 30. I don't know who has the fastest lap at the moment, but it looks like that Julian Wörtele has the fastest lap, so that point will go to him and not Patricia Stalizana, so that will be 30 points for her. That's a 28 points gap difference. She will close up to Philip Dietrich as well, and she's also ahead of Alex Gustafsson on the road, who's now second. So this battle you see between the top 2 in this race is also the battle for 3rd place in the championship. After this race, Maxime Dacher might well have secured the 2nd place in the championship, but 3rd place in the championship, the fight is still up for grabs between these 2 at the front soon.
Yeah, Alex Gustafsson did manage to pass Finn Marché going into turn 1 again, and Alex has set his sight on Patricia Stalizana once again. He has done the move once. Can he do it twice?
That's the question that will be answered in the next 1.5 laps. He's closing the gap to Patricia. I think one thing's for sure at this point. If Lucas Stiefelhagen doesn't somehow find his way into P1 again, we will have a new race winner. If that is Patricia Stoledzana, Alex Gustafsson or Finn Maché, all these drivers currently on the podium have not won a race in the Next Gen Cup yet. Maxim Dacha and Lucas Stiefelhagen trying to work together quite hard to make that, to make that stat not happen at all.
And Alex Gustafsson used one push to pass. He has only one left. Stalizzane, Maché, Stiefelhagen, Dasher, they both have 2.
Going on to the last lap of the race now. Alex Gustafsson has closed up that gap. Final lap board is out. Drivers will see this. Alex Gustafsson, though, has used one of his push to passes in his quest to catch up to Patricia Stalizzane. He chooses the outside. That's how he did it last time round. Not quite this time round for Alex Gustafsson. Will it be another second place for him? He's had the taste of champagne now. He wants the taste of the champagne on the highest step of the podium. Patricia Stalizzane with 2 push to passes left looks to be in the best position here. Maximilian Paula-Borfer will come into action later on today in the DTM. This, though, is her chance, her best chance so far in the 2 seasons she's driven in the championship for a win.
And Lucas Stiefelhagen was almost pushing Finn Maché through the first couple of corners, but Finn has, put a little bit of gap, and Lucas Stiefelhagen now has to look in the rear mirrors because that is Maxim Dacher coming again.
Maxim Dacher might well, like I said, have second place secured in the championship if he finishes in this position. However, though, it's just a couple of corners to go now. 3 more corners to go for Patricia Stalizzane. It's been a roller coaster weekend for her after taking pole position in qualifying number 1 on the Saturday with 0.7 of a second. We knew it could be a good weekend for her. She still has 2 push to passes left. If her timing is right, she will probably use that coming out of the second to last corner and on to the start-finish straight. Will she fend off the inside? It's been 2 second places this season for her. A second place last year at this track, and it looks like this year this track will be the feat of her first victory in the Next Gen Cup. Patricia Stalizzane wins race number 3 at the Sachsenring. 2/10 over Alex Gustafsson, and Finn Maché finishes in 3rd. But finally, Patricia Stalizzane can call herself a Next Gen Cup winner.
Yeah, finally for her. She has fought so hard for this victory over the past 2 seasons, and she has been the class of the field really this weekend. Fastest in the first free practice. She was fastest in both qualifying sessions. She was so close in the first race yesterday, and now she's finally a winner, Dan.
And she's still sending it. She wants to get to that P1 board first as well. It's been a majestic weekend already for the Next Gen Cup, and we've just added extra history to that. Sebastian will now try and make his way over to the podium as quick as possible. Ask Frederick Sebastian if you can hand out the trophies. That'd be cool as well, if you do manage to make your way over to the podium in time. Patricia Stalizzane, finally for her, it's a victory in the Next Gen Cup. Every time I talk to Patricia in qualifying, doesn't matter where she was not happy. She is only happy when the maximum has been achieved, and the maximum has been achieved today. As Vivian Earl has another moment coming out of the final corner, she does cross the line as well. But Patricia Stalizzane, like I said, only happy when the maximum has been achieved. And the maximum has been achieved this weekend, at least in qualifying and in race number 3 now as well. It took her some time, she's been close many times as well, but finally Patricia Stalizzane sees the top step of the podium. Alex Gustafsson in 2nd, ahead of Finn Maché in 3rd, Lucas Stiefelhagen in 4th, Julian Wörtele 5th, Maxim Dacher 6th, Lennart Wolf in 7th, and Pit Finanzi in P8. 6th, Maxim Dacher has with this result now secured himself 2nd place in the championship. Bennett Earl in 9th, ahead of Philip Bartosz in 10th, Linda Frey in 11th, Bente Boer in 12th, Theo Vida 13th, Siri Höckfeldt 14th, 15th is Vera Jurland, and 16th Philip Dietrich. That will be 1 point for Philip only. Andreas Kapfinger in 17th, ahead of Vivian Earl in 18th. The championship, though, for P3, that last spot in the championship is wide open, and Patricia Stalizzane, with this victory today in race number 3, has added herself to that conversation. There is Maximilian Paul waiting to receive his beloved Patricia Stalizzane. You can see what it means.
Somehow they showed 2 laps. I was like, okay, 2 laps.
She can smile. Finally, it's hers. Three second places have gone before it. Alex Gustafsson finishing this race in second place, also coming to congratulate Patricia. And Finn Maché adds another podium to his first Next Gen Cup weekend.
Patricia, we need you on the roof.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What if it breaks? What if it slips?
I give you the roof. Okay.
Patricia being instructed to go onto the roof of the car. And she's gonna do it. Of course she's gonna do it. There she is, drink it in. Patricia Stalizzane is a Next Gen Cup winner. One more race to go now. She'll start that race from P8. But with the speed she's shown this weekend, and the speed she's shown at this track in general, remember last year was the feat of her first podium here. That was also a second place at the time. Alex Gustafsson also visibly happy with another second place. Gets another step closer to third in the championship. And oh, will Philippe Dietrich. How will he feel after this race? Ending up in the gravel in turn 3. There's Sebastian. Sebastian was quick to get from the commentary booth to the podium. Finn Maché adds another podium to his first Next Gen Cup weekend. It's been an impressive weekend for him as well. Of course, he's driven Mini Challenge before, so he knows his way around these cars. Alex Gustafsson adds another podium to his tally. That's 4 now after having none at all. He now, in 2 weekends' time, has had 4. Patricia Stalizzane, finally she can call herself a Next Gen Cup winner. And she's worked so hard to see that number 1 in front of her name. And she crossed the checkered flag first. And oh boy, is that a big smile for Maximilian Paul. Let's hope he can smile later on and stand on his roof, just like Patricia did today here for DTM. Who knows what can happen there? But while we are waiting for the podium, I can tell you when we will be back today, and that will be at 16:30 local time. It'll be the last race of the season for the Next Gen Cup and the last race here at the Sachsenring as well. But the fight for the championship has now closed up for P3. As it's time to go to Toby Shimon for the podium. In P3 on the podium is Finn Maché. It's been a great weekend for him in the Next Gen Cup. Family visibly happy. Alex Gustafsson in second place. Another one for him. There's a chance in race 4 to make that a P1. But a second female win in the Next Gen Cup, we've had 2 in a row now, is Patricia Stalizzane. There you go, your Latvian national anthem for our race winner, Patricia Stalizzane. And Sebastian Borgard, yes, he's done it, ladies and gentlemen. He's handing out the trophies. And the first one goes to Finn Maché. Another one this weekend. Second place for Alex Gustafsson. It's been a great weekend for him as well. And first place to our second female winner. Smiles will go on for the rest of this weekend now. Patricia Stalizzane. Friends and family, of course, visibly happy with that first win. As the drivers pose for the pictures. Like I said, 16:30 local time is the last race of the Next Gen Cup. If you do have time, please do decide to stay for that, because it will be just like this race. Close action. And drivers within 36,000ths of a second for the top three. A podium for race number 3, though. Patricia Stalizzane, Alex Gustafsson and Finn Maché. That's been it for race number 2. We'll see you race number 4 later on today. Goodbye.
Time. This is victory. We are the chosen ones. We're making history. We'll show you what we got. Give everything we have. Every sweat, blood, and tear. Every last breath. We put up a fight until the last man, until the last day, until our last dance. We are here, giving everything and more. To seize the opportunity, you know that we will score.